Now we're going to be getting into Newton's second law. Newton's second law refers to the idea that force is equal to mass times acceleration, F is equal to m times a, where the force is directly proportional to the mass and acceleration. For myself, the way that I think about this, what I like to do is this. Let's solve this equation out here for our acceleration. So what we have to do here is divide both sides by our mass. And we have acceleration is equal to force divided by the mass. Now, let me ask you this. What will happen to the acceleration if we have a mass and we increase the amount of the force? Let's say if we actually, instead of having the force, say if we're to double the force or triple the force acting on an object, what's going to happen to the acceleration? Well, it's going to increase, right? Okay. Well, what about this? Say if we're to decrease the force, what will happen to the acceleration? Well, if you're pushing on an object and then you decide to actually apply less force to it, what will happen to the acceleration? Well, it will also decrease, right? Okay, well, how about the mass? Say if we increase the size of the mass. So we have our mass over here and we make it a lot bigger. And we're applying a force onto that object. After it gets a lot bigger, what's going to happen to the acceleration if we're applying the same force to it? Well, the acceleration will actually get lower. It will actually decrease, right? Okay. Well, how about this? Say if we have our object over here, and we apply our force to it. But say if we actually decrease the size of the object, say if we actually make it a lot smaller, and we're still applying the same force to the object, what's going to happen to our acceleration if we make our mass a lot smaller and we're still applying the same force? Well, our acceleration will pick up a lot. And so that's basically what this is saying down here. Say if we actually have a force and we actually decrease the size of the mass, what's going to happen to the acceleration? Well, that bullet in this example here will actually just have a lot greater of an acceleration because we reduce the size of the mass. And versus if we're to actually increase our size of the mass, have it be very big, like a glacier, what's going to happen to the acceleration? Well, it's going to have a lot less of an acceleration. And that's basically what Newton's second law is.